Someone asked me to share what I carry with me on my hikes in the woods in my waist pouch or fanny pack. And this is, I keep it either in the car or I keep it hanging on the hook by the back door, where I also keep my vest that I often wear for our hikes. My vest has a few other things in it. Some of them are duplicates to what's in this bag. Anyway, so let's get started. This is a pouch that I inherited from a friend, and so I really don't know too much about it. It does say Northwest Territory on it, if that helps. It is probably just a little bit smaller than I would choose if I were going to go out and buy one, but I like it. I wear it a lot. I can wear it either, I can change the length of the strap, so I can either wear it crossbody over my shoulder, or I can tighten it up and wear it around my waist like a fanny pack, which I often do, and that's why it's this size. So in the top zipper pouch, in here I carry a little Madison Public Library designed for your ID and your library card, but in here I carry my medical directive and my contact information. The card that I carry has all kinds of information about me on it, including my allergies and my emergency contact information. And then I also do carry a copy of my prescriptions. Probably not necessary for a day bag, but I had an extra. That's this front pouch. Inside is this little zipper pouch. And in this one, this is a little piece of twine rope. This is about 18 feet, maybe 20. And you can see it's very small. I often will tell people paracord more than a nylon rope is good, but this is kind of like bank line, tired bank line. So it wraps up really small. It's a lot of line. So I'm not sure what I would ever need it for in a day bag, but I have it. And this is my fire pouch. This would be something that you could probably leave out in a day bag and maybe just carry a Bic lighter. But I do have a little piece of birch bark. I have a signal mirror. And mostly this is just because this is the pouch, the fire pouch that I would grab out of this day kit and put it into my kayak canoeing stuff. I know where it is, and I like that. So that's a little signal mirror. I haven't used it yet, so it's still in its plastic wrapper. And then there's a film on here to protect it. So don't forget to take that off. I have not yet taken that off, because once you take it off, you know, this is going to get scratched up a little bit. And then I also have in here a pocket bellows, and you can also use an old tent tube if you're camping and you have space for an old tent tube, but I really like the pocket bellows, and that really does help get a fire going. So, bought one. This is a lighter. It's a butane lighter. A Bic lighter is just fine. This one I can refill it. I also have some waterproof matches that I carry. And this is just some lint. And I think I maybe did put a little bit of Vaseline on this dryer lint. So that's my little fire pouch. I also have in here, I do love headlamps. If you know me, you know that I really like a headlamp, but it's hard to fit a headlamp into this little pouch. And so I do have this little flashlight, which does have a clip on it. so that you could clip it onto your hat. You just, slide that onto the brim of your hat, and then you would be able to use your head to point it at things. Or if you're holding onto it, then you can point it at whatever you need to see. This only uses one AA battery, and I do like that, and it's really easy to change the battery. So I like that about this little flashlight. I have a pencil in here. There's a pocket. I could also probably, if I wanted to, have a pen in there, or I could roll up, some heavyweight paper, maybe an index card, and put it in there so that I have a little paper with me. In this pocket, I have some Chlorflex. So this is water purifying powder, and it works to help settle the sediment in your water, and then you strain it through a cloth and put it into a clean container through filtering it through a cloth. So I do also carry a cloth, and I don't know why it wasn't in here, probably from when I was preparing. So this little cloth also is in my pouch. So if I did need to have water filtration, I could do it. But most of the places where we hike, I take bottled water with me, and I don't ever need to use this. I also do carry a couple of medications with me. And then also in here where I know where it is, so when we go canoe camping, I can find it easy. And this is a compass. It's just a basic one, so I can figure out which direction I'm going and try and keep myself in a straight line if for some reason I get lost or turned around in the woods, which rarely happens because I hardly ever hike alone. I almost always am with my husband, who has an inner compass. He always knows where we are. Wrapped around this is a whistle, so I can take this off of here and wear that around my neck. So that's just an emergency whistle. So that's always a good thing to have, whether you're walking for an hour or 3 hours or half a day. Then in the biggest pouch, I have just a small emergency blanket. I have read that a PE Mylar is a stronger kind of emergency blanket, but I have this, so it's in there. This is like a little medical kit, so I have in here, I have some safety pins in here, just a little mini toothbrush. I have some liquid Band-Aid. I have a hand sanitizing wipe and also an antiseptic towelette. I have 4 Band-Aids. I also have a tick key. I don't know if you can see that. I do have a tick key in here. And it's really tempting to put a tweezers in here as well, because some of the ticks are so teeny tiny these days. And then I have a little bit of dental floss in there. So I have some hand warmers in here. I never have used hand warmers, but read somewhere it's good to have a pack along. So they are in my kit. They fit, so they're in there. This bag holds a mask, 2 snacks, a little fruit snack, and a granola bar, and a bag of SOS water. Just one bag. I do usually carry a water bottle with me, so that's that bag. And I keep it in this little cloth pouch for a couple of reasons. One, my mom made me this pouch, and I just love having it with me. And also so that the other things that are in here don't accidentally puncture my water bag. It's pretty sturdy, but that's why I have that. A couple of zip ties. Just a little tiny piece of toilet paper. And that bag I showed you earlier, this bag, I wrote on it, it says dirty. So I can carry the toilet paper out with me. I do not need to leave it behind if I end up needing to use it, which hopefully I don't, for just a couple hour hike. Then I carry a couple of dollars, not too much, just a couple dollars. And one of these little, you break this open and it glows, a little glow stick, just a little tiny one. That's everything inside. On the outside, I do have a chapstick in here. And then also it's a piece of paracord braided up so that it doesn't take up much space. And then I just put this little loop through there. And then the chapstick in that pocket. And on the back I have just a knife. So if I need that for anything that we are doing on our hike. So, oh, and I have a carabiner on here. And I have one of these little bungee cord things. So if I am wearing my vest and I don't want to keep wearing it, I can put it through. I can put this around and clip the vest onto my bag if I don't want to keep wearing it. All right, that's everything. I usually do wear a bandana when we're hiking. This is often the one that I wear, but it might be nice to have one that's a bright color, a bright yellow or a bright orange or red. So it's nice to have a bandana along. Some people keep their fire kit in an Altoid tin, and I don't, because probably a regular Bic lighter would fit better in here. The matches fit in here. The lint fits in there. I think even the birch bark would fit in here. And then that's about it. And so my little mirror doesn't fit in there, and my pocket bellows doesn't fit in the Altoid. So instead I just use this little plastic bag, and that's fine for a day hike for me. But an Altoid tin, you can fit a nice little fire kit in there. And then I often used to just carry one of these kind of mirrors. And this came from my purse. I carry this one in my purse. And so recently I learned about these little signal mirrors. And so you can guide yourself of getting the sun to shine correctly on it. So any kind of mirror, though, is a nice thing to carry. And then if you're ever going anywhere where you don't know exactly where you are or haven't been there before, carry a map with you. And then I usually also carry along one of these two items, and I can loop this one over the belt of my fanny pack. But I usually will carry one of these camera picture taking tools with me. And that's it.